Hello, hello. This is California. Thank you for joining me on my travel spread today. I would like to do just a couple of housekeeping items. One, thank you very much to my subscriber for the little vote of confidence you've given me. Secondly, I was messing around with editing tools. I think I got that out of my system and I'm not going to be doing that as a rule. And thirdly, I mentioned in one of my videos last week that I had a bum foot. I broke a toe. It's just one of those dumb things that happens once in a while, but it was very uncomfortable. And so anyway, that's what I was referring to. But if there are, I'm going to try to open comments where it makes sense for me to open comments. I was not doing that on my most early videos because I wanted to kind of get some under me without paying attention to those kinds of things. I will see how that works for me. But on videos like this one where I open up the comments, I'm happy to get a suggestion of what you'd like to see me do, and I'll see if it feels right to me. I'll be happy to do something that you might suggest. So thank you very much. Without further ado, we're going to get into the travel spread. So I'm going to get cards in the north, east, south, and west positions, and then some tarot in the middle, and we're just going to get a feel for whatever comes up. We're going to see who's up to what in their travels. So let's go ahead and get going. Start with Moonology. And I'm shuffling just off camera, but that's because I have to sit because of my bum foot. Okay. Let's see. Maybe this will work. It's a little awkward. What is this trip? What is this trip? Okay. One moment, please. Whoops. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Be bold and make the first move. That's the cardinal moon. Okay, the enchanted map. I love a good theme. Makes it fun to put things together and try to see how they play together. Okay, for the east position, please. Okay, you got moonlight. Okay. Sacred Traveler. Okay, I got two. I think everybody saw that jump. Traveling lightly, simplify your life, and finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. And then we've got the mermaids. So I do always have the mermaids in this west position. This is a newer deck. So I thought I'd use it today. This is the message from the mermaid deck. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, darn it all. Just a minute. Oh, see, it's interesting because I do feel like, so this is dive deep, and then we've got mystery. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm getting, so from just the mermaids there, I'm getting a sense of self, like recognizing something that you had hidden inside. Um, I'm gonna hold three cards, ladies, mermaids. Okay. With this moonlight here, there's with the mystery and moonlight. So it definitely feels like I even with this be bold and make the first move. I feel like this is a solo trip. This is a trip where you've simplified things and you've just sort of walked away. And I don't mean you have to walk away permanently. I'm just saying that you've just sort of been like, so this, it feels like a spur of the moment trip where I don't know if you're saying F it and you're leaving, or if you're just like, I've got to get out of here in order to go um, hide away at the top of a tower somewhere and just sort of figure something out. But it's like something has triggered this trip. Something has triggered the trip where it's kind of spontaneous. I definitely feel it's solo. And it's one where it's like, oh, like there was an epiphany. Like, oh my God, I haven't thought about XYZ in years. This could be a person that you haven't seen in years. And you're like, I've got to go see them. But I that could be it. But it's almost like it's more like there's some place you haven't been in a long time, or there's some memory that you had that. So what that just reminded me of is one time I had to go on a business trip, and it was to a city where my family in my very early years had lived, and I wanted to. So anyway, I built in some extra time to go to the old neighborhood where we had lived for a couple of years, just to see the old house and see how what it looked like, how the neighborhood was in my memory compared to what it currently was. And I was pleasantly surprised. It took a lot longer to get out to the neighborhood than I had expected. I just had never, I was so young when I was there that I had no concept of time or distance because it was in the early grade school years. But long story short, went by the old house. Beautiful neighborhood. I mean, it was a small house. It was just exactly a cute little house like what I remembered. But the neighborhood was beautiful. There were no McMansions, if you will. I even we used to live close enough to the elementary school so that I could we always walked to school unless it was a snow day, and so I drove by the school. It had really not changed that much. You see so many of these schools that get the trailers in the back lot and the add-on gyms and just all that kind of Frankensteining of spaces to expand, for the growth of the community. And it had it. I'm not saying that it looked exactly like it did when I was younger, but it was kind of charming to see that it hadn't changed a whole lot. So anyway, that was a fun sort of diversion for me, and it was a way for me to sort of trod old ground and think about what my life has become since then, and just think about all the old memories that were there. But I was on my own. Like, I didn't have anybody else talking to me saying, what about that? What about that? Do you remember this? Do you remember? Like, it was like all me focused on making sure that I, sort of did this. Other people who travel may never make time. And I'm talking about business travel, may never make personal time to do those little personal diversions and stuff. But that was, I was really appreciative of having that opportunity, and I was able to take pictures and bring them home to my family. And then we could talk about things. And I think my folks were kind of proud that the home that they had purchased for that time that we were there was still being kept up, because it helped keep their memories of that time intact as well. So anyway, but things like that, I mean, it's sort of like there's this little epiphany, or just little kind of thing that's like, you're like, I'm going to go do it. But you're kind of, again, I'm seeing a solo trip here where you are, kind of doing that on your own, and having that deep thinking time to yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and get some, so whatever this trip is for you, I'm going to get some possible challenges of this trip. This could represent the things that you're going to be working out. Okay. So potential challenges are justice, the Queen of Cups in reverse, and the Ten of Wands in reverse. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's nice. That's nice to see. I mean, I'd rather see a Ten of Wands in reverse. With this justice here, and this Queen of Cups, this may be a little bittersweet. Like, this may be something that you got through an inheritance, because I'm seeing a little, sorry, my cat, that is a nail in the wall. That is not a bug. With the justice here, it almost feels like there's been a little bit of a legal decision. So this could be a matriarch, maybe, who has passed, or an aunt, or it could be representing that this is sort of at the end of a burdensome time, where maybe you were dealing with legal matters in regards to a property. I'm just going to, because that was the example that came to my mind, was my visiting an old house. So in this thought pattern, something where something has come to pass, and now you're at the end of it, and it's just, you want to go by yourself to do the, just have a little memory lane scenario type of trip. So it could be that. It could be this is, well, I'm also getting that it could be a job loss, and maybe kind of not necessarily moving back home kind of a situation, but also just a sort of being free enough to pick up and go, and somewhere that you have memories of, and or that you've always heard of, and gee, now that I can move on, maybe I'll go and check out that place that I always thought I'd like to live if I ever had the chance. Yeah, I think the challenge is something that has led you to the trip, rather than something happening during the trip. That would be a challenge. So let me get 3 more cards for potential benefits of the trip. Okay, we've got the Magician in reverse, the Six of Wands, and the Eight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I really sort of see the end of a cycle, some kind of, and this some kind of end of a cycle, but it's not like a devastating one. It's just kind of one where um, you've done absolutely everything you had to do. You've communicated with everybody you had. You've done absolutely everything. You are no longer being distracted by um, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting like it's things are all done, but no, like somebody doesn't know when to leave the party. It's like they're now so concerned about you that they're just hanging on, and you're like, why are you hanging on and keep asking me how I'm doing? I'm doing fine. I got through it. I just need peace and quiet now. And I feel like that's what you're going to do is you're going to successfully um, get uh, out from under all of the stuff that had been sort of coming at you for a while. And it's like, I think the epiphany may be, oh, wow, wait a minute. I just crossed the finish line. Like, I just got past all the hard stuff. So it's not taking a victory lap. It's taking a pause to say, okay, now what do I want to do? And the now what I want to do is going to be helped by going out and looking at and sort of retrotting some of this old ground. But I do see you definitely kind of getting away, taking the time that you need to regroup after a long cycle. And I think that you didn't realize you were at the end of it. And now that you have that knowledge, you're like, okay, I got to quiet everybody else down and have a little time on my own now that I needed everybody while I was going through it, but I need a break now. So I think that's what the little epiphany is. Okay, well, enjoy your trip. I'm glad that you are on the other side of whatever you were dealing with. There is victory here, so go chill out and enjoy yourself. Safe travels. Bye.